Hi there everyone, welcome back to the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel. I'm Cassie Trask. Today we're going to be using some newer Lawn Fawn products. Let's talk about what we're using. We have the Lawn Fawn Stamp and Stencil Easter eggs. It's so cute with those little animals and their Easter eggs, and you can stencil all the different patterns on them, which is so fun. So we have that. We also have the matching die to go along with it. There is a stencil to color each of the little animals, but we're not going to be using that today. We also have the Lawn Fawn Postage Rectangle Stackables, and then we have the Lawn Fawn All the Grass. We have the stamp, we also have the stencil, and we have the matching dies. And then we're going to be using some Tim Holtz Distress watercolor cardstock for our backgrounds. So let's get into our card. I went ahead and die cut out using the two largest Postage rectangle stackables. I die cut those out of that watercolor cardstock. And we're going to use some Post-it tape to mask off all around the dotted line for the postage part of that stamp. I want that to be stark white. So I'm just going to use some Post-it tape to hold this down, and then we're going to do some blending onto it. This first bigger one, we're going to do some greens on it. So the greens I've chosen are some Rustic Wilderness, Mowed Lawn, and Forest Moss. We're going to start by blending the Mowed Lawn using a distress tool and a rounded blending foam. And I'm just adding that color into different spots. Really the only part that matters the most is the edges, because that's really all you're going to see. Next I'll bring in that Rustic Wilderness, and then finally I'll bring in that Forest Moss, and it just adds a little bit of variation to the color. It's not real crazy. We're going to do more to this background though. That's the reason I chose the watercolor cardstock, because I wanted to do some water splatters and some other stuff just to kind of add a little bit of texture to the background. So adding in a few more of those colors, just kind of making those a little bit deeper, and again, only really concerned about the edges. I'm splattering some water from my palm onto that background, and I'm trying to wipe up the mess of the water, and I end up spreading some of that water. It's not that big of a deal because most of that will get covered, but next time I'm going to be a little bit more careful. And then I am going to add some splatter. We're going to use some Dina Wakley white acrylic gloss spray. We're just going to splatter that onto that background. I find that splatter covers a multitude of mistakes, and so I'm going to add that all over, and then you really won't be able to tell too much that I ended up spreading that color or that water all over the background. All right, we'll hit that with our heat tool, and then I'm going to peel away that Post-it tape so you can see that stark white postage edges. I just think that's such a cool look, and so that's why I wanted to do it. We'll peel all of those back. I'm going to save those. We're going to use it for the next one, and then once this is mostly dry, I'll set that off to the side. But take a look, that looks fun. Our next one is that next bigger postage stackable, and again, we're going to do the same process, but this time we're only using two different colors. We're using some salvage patina and some peacock feathers, and you can't really see it that well on screen, but there is a difference in those colors, as you well know. And then we're going to do the same thing with this background. Put some water in our hand and sprinkle that all over the background. This one will show because that one is going to be on the forefront. And then we'll hit that with that heat tool, and then once again with the Dina Wakley white acrylic gloss spray. Hit it with our heat tool again, and then we'll set that off to the side as well. We're going to move on to stamping out our images, and I'm going to stamp a bunch. I'm stamping all the grass. I do end up stamping 3 of the little animals. We're going to use the bunny, we're going to use the lamb, and we're also going to use the mouse. And then I stamp out one of the Happy Easter stamps, and we're using some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. That's just really good for alcohol marker coloring, so perfect for our Copics. And then I'll bring in that stencil. You could easily color this grass, but actually the stencil is a lot faster. I'm just going to tack it down using a little bit of that Post-it tape, and then we're going to bring in the Rustic Wilderness, and we will do that for all 12 of the little grass blades. And I'm kind of trying to keep it a little darker towards the bottom and get lighter towards the top. So you just keep moving that around. There are 2 stencils in that set, so that will cover all 12 of those blades of grass, or the little bunches of grass. And I feel like this stamp and stencil and die are quite a little staple. They're just perfect for any of your scene building, which is, you know, Lawn Fawn's perfect for scene building. So I love them. And I'm really glad that they came out with that. Now we're going to bring in our Copic markers, and I'm going to do my best to show you the colors up on the screen. If you head to the blog, I do have a picture of all the colors that I used, so you can see that there. But I started off with my dark T3, and I'm blending that out with my lighter T1. Typically I go light to dark, but for whatever reason when I'm using grays, and I guess in this case because I'm doing stippling, I'm going dark to light. So I've got my E55, and I'm using little dots for that, and then I'm using little dots of the E31 to kind of blend that out a little bit. I want the lamb to stay mostly white, but we do add some of that tannish color in there. Then we use E50 for his face, ears, and his little legs, and then we use some E49 for his hooves, and then we'll color our little mouse, and then the little pink spots for the cheeks and our ears and our tummy of the mouse are going to be some E04. For the mouse, we've got some E35, so we are starting with our lighter color. And then we're going to bring in our E99, which is our darker color. I'll put a little bit of that down, and then I'll blend that out with that E35. And this isn't going to finish off our coloring. Later on, I do color the Happy Easter using a couple more colors, so I'll show you that a little bit later. But again, we bring in that E04 for his tummy and his ears and his nose. Okay, next up, because we're going to color the Happy Easter a little bit later, would be bringing in that stencil to do all of the fun ink blending that I want to do on that. I stick to just about 4 colors, and for each egg I'm using 2 colors. So I've got some Tattered Rose for all of our pink eggs. That's going to be my base color, and then I'll bring in some Saltwater Taffy for the little pattern on each of those eggs, and I'm just kind of varying that up as I go. And I tend to stamp out lots of images, knowing full well that's going to be way too many for the front of my card, because I do like to bring the outside in. So we are going to use a few of these eggs and even one of our little critters on the inside of our card, just to add a little scene in there also. So we do that with all of our pinks. Next, for our yellows, we're going to use some squeezed lemonade, and then that's going to be our base. And then to do our pattern on our eggs, we're going to use some mustard seed. And again, I do a couple for each one of those because I stamped out quite a few of those eggs. And we'll repeat a few of those patterns also. And then we move on to our blues. Our blues are going to be the same colors we used for our sky, so Salvage Patina and Peacock Feathers, and we'll do a few of those also. I love all the fun patterns on this stencil. And then for our last eggs, we're doing a purple color. So we've got Shaded Lilac as our base, and then we're bringing in Wilted Violet for our pattern. And so here I'm going to color up the Happy Easter. I'm using a YR24 for our base color, or for our lighter color. And I want to make them look a little bit ombre, so I am going to bring in a darker Copic. We've got the E08. It's kind of an orangish brown, and I thought that looked really nice with our YR24. All right, now we can bring in all of the matching dies, and this is going to take some time, but I'm just going to tack all those down using a little bit more of that Post-it tape. And then again, we'll run this through our die cutting machine, and we'll have all of these little pieces to start building our scene. I'm so excited. All right, so the fun part is kind of playing around with placement, and that, that always takes me a little bit of time too. But once I figure it out, I'm using my glass mat to kind of make sure everything is going to be straight, as well as fit in that space nicely, because I want that to fit on to our blue postage rectangle. And then when I figure out how I want those to go on there, I'm going to use some foam squares on the back. We'll leave the heads of both our lamb and our bunny open so that we can add the purple eggs behind those. So we'll peel off all of that release paper, and then we can put that down on top of our blue postage rectangle stackable. So it has a little bit of dimension, and then we can just use glue to stick our purple eggs behind. That's going to give us a center area, and that'll go for our Happy Easter. And I'm going to go back and forth using some foam squares along with some liquid glue to start adhering down all the little grasses. And so I just think it's so fun that they have these. It's like it's that finishing touch for a scene, because we know that they're probably going to be in some grass, right? They're eggs. Hide those out there. And then you got your cute little bunny and your cute little lamb. So I added quite a few, and I still have quite a few left over, so those are going to go on the inside of our card. For Happy and Easter, I do use some foam strips. And so I'll just trim those down and put those on both of those words. And then we're going to start with the word Easter, so I can make sure that that's centered down there. And then Happy will go right above it. And so our cute little panel is ready to be attached to our green rectangle. So I'll use liquid glue to adhere that down to the front of that. And then we'll bring in our card base. That measured 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches and was scored at 4.25, so it's a top folding A2 size card. And then I'm going to start gluing down my little eggs on the inside and our cute little mouse. And I end up using all of the pieces. So I usually, and if I end up ever having extras, I just save those for another card. But I love just stamping. I mean, you're already in the mode of stamping. So I just stamp and color all the images, and some of them a few more times. And that way I can really build up my scene and put a little bit on the inside also. Those grasses are so much fun. I end up tucking a few behind those back eggs as well, so it makes it look like there's all kinds of grass everywhere. Almost like these could go inside of a basket too. How fun would that be? And then our last two grasses, because I can't not use them, right? I'm going to go ahead and stick those down also. And now that our inside is done, we're going to trim off that little piece that's hanging over, and we will use some liquid glue on the back of our card panel and attach that down to our card base. And now that we're done with that, that's actually going to finish off our card for today. I love how it turned out. I hope you do too. If you do, be sure to hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And be sure to check out all that ScrapbookPal has going on over on their blog, Facebook page, and Instagram for more crafty inspiration. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.